Hi and welcome to this video, where we will be providing a short summary of the New Testament. The New Testament is the second part of the Christian Bible, and it contains the texts that describe the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, as well as the early history of the Christian Church. In this video, we will be taking a brief look at the main themes and events of the New Testament, as well as some of the key figures and teachings that it contains. The New Testament begins with the four Gospels, which are the accounts of the life and teachings of Jesus. These Gospels are attributed to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they contain many of the most well-known stories and teachings of Jesus, such as the Sermon on the Mount and the parables. The Gospels also describe the events leading up to and including the death and resurrection of Jesus, which are central to Christian belief. These events are seen as the fulfillment of God's plan for salvation and the redemption of humanity. The next book of the New Testament is the Acts of the Apostles, which tells the story of the early spread of the Christian message and the growth of the Church. This book describes the work of the apostles, who were the followers of Jesus that were chosen to spread the gospel, and the miracles and other events that occurred during this time. The New Testament also contains a number of letters, or epistles, written by the apostles and other early Christian leaders. Many of these letters were written by the Apostle Paul, and they contain important teachings and instructions for the early Christian communities. Other letters in the New Testament were written by apostles such as Peter, James, and John, and they contain guidance and encouragement for Christians. The final book of the New Testament is the Book of Revelation, also known as the Apocalypse. This book contains a series of visions and prophecies that were revealed to the Apostle John, and it describes the end times and the ultimate victory of God over evil. As you can see, the New Testament is a rich and diverse collection of texts that tells the story of Jesus and the early Christian Church. It contains a wealth of teachings and guidance for Christians, and it is an essential part of the Christian canon. That concludes our brief summary of the New Testament. Thank you and have a wonderful day.